What's up, my lovely Pisces? I'm Niche, and this is Truthfully Tarot. And if you're watching, it's because you want to know the truth. So let's get into it. All right, Pisces. All right, so I have decided that moving forward, I want to really focus on the rising signs and specifically read for rising signs. That is because it allows me to be more accurate and more specific when it comes to the astrology deck general reading, but then also like it helps me as an astrologer, you know, to really have more specific, more accurate, more pointed readings. That doesn't mean that you don't go check your moon or your sun. Please do, but just know that these readings are specifically for and targeted to your rising sign. So just a little disclaimer, and also use your discernment. You know, some of these readings will not resonate with you. There's no way that it can resonate with everyone. But if it does resonate with you or part of it resonates with you, let me know. Show your love, like, subscribe, comment, show some love, give and receive. You know what I'm saying? But then also, like, you don't have to receive anything at all. It could just be entertainment, and that's okay too. So I just want to throw that out there for my Pisces. I already pulled the cards from the Astro deck to get a general read, and then we'll go into the tarot and we'll see what's going on. I feel like, first of all, my Pisces risings are going through a transformation. A huge change as it relates to how you view yourself and how you move through the world. It feels like recently, or some of my Pisces right now could be going through like a shedding. It feels like, if it's not a shedding, it's just like a unveiling, like your eyes are being lifted. It's like clarity is here, it's coming, you know, like maybe it's because the sun is in your 7th house of Virgo, so you feel like way more clear about who you are, because Virgo's detailness, Virgo's like, you know, organization, fact checking is kind of like coming at your ascendant, your 1st house, you know, and you're really seeing things a lot more clear. You're really noticing things about yourself and how you show up and the ways in which, you know, you need to liberate yourself is what's coming up. The ways in which you need to advocate for yourself, the ways in which you need to defend yourself, the ways in which you need to have boundaries regarding the things that are important to you, regarding things that matter to you, like yourself and who you are is coming into focus. It feels like, you know, when you look at a camera and it's blurry and then you get it at the right, and then like everything just kind of crystallizes and becomes clear. It feels like something like that is happening as it relates to your sense of self, especially since we're about to have this eclipse in your 1st house. This full moon in Pisces happening around the 17th of this month. You know, that's shedding something. It's like you receive clarity around something about who you are, how you show up. Could be your physical appearance, could be your health, could be like a multitude of things. It just feels like something either reaches a point of like culmination and a breakthrough happens, or you just get some clarity. You know, there's just like a lot, I feel like, going on when it comes to your sense of self, with, you know, taboo in the 1st house coming out, you know, and then we have the 11th house and the 7th house. And it feels like all this clarity that you get around yourself helps you to identify how you want to show up in the communities that you are connected to, maybe even the community that you want to build. And it feels like your partnerships as well. It's like you getting clarity around who you are, you getting clarity around how you want to show up in the world, you getting clarity around things you need to liberate yourself from, people, relationships, connections you need to be liberated from, you need to release, let go. It feels like some of you guys are kind of going through like a mini rebirth. It directly affects your partnerships. It directly affects your community. It directly affects your significant relationships. So it feels like in September, like all of that kind of comes into focus. So if there's a lot going on, give yourself space, give yourself a moment, ground yourself. I feel like with Pisces, there can be a tendency to kind of want to swim off in another direction when things get a little too hot and heavy, a little heated, a little intense, but I would encourage you to stay present. Transformation, the shedding is a part of the process. It's a part of growth. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for my Pisces rising for the month of September? Some of you guys are very determined to succeed financially. Some of you guys are really trying to level up when it comes to your finances. So the first group, I kind of alluded to it a second ago, but like the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles reverse, it feels like a lot of my Pisces risings are really wanting to make money, really wanting to level up in their life, really just wanting to really move forward and really be financially independent. It just feels like if you have money coming in, like saving that money, like not spending it as much as you get it, you know what I mean? Like, or like there is maybe a specific item that you want to save up for, or a trip you want to go on. It's so interesting that this is coming up now. So maybe these are just kind of channeled messages, but it just feels like you are wanting to really level up and have your own sense of independence, your own sense of money, your own sense of like being dependent on yourself, right? And it feels like this is something that you are very inspired by, this idea, this vision, this dream of being financially independent, of having the types of luxuries that you want. So maybe you have money, but it's not to the level that you want. Or maybe you want to get to a point where you could have a long-term relationship, but you don't feel like you have enough money, or you don't have enough things and you're not at a certain level yet. But it just feels like you're very inspired to level up your life. You're very inspired to have finer things. You're very inspired to really kind of get your shit together. For some of my Pisces risings, like you could just really be wanting to make more money, wanting money fast, right? And that could also just be directly connected to like the shift in yourself and how you want to show up in the world and how you want people to see you. It's almost like for some of my Pisces, you want people to see you like leveled up. You want people to see where you've grown. You want people to see like that you're shifting and that you're changing. It feels like for some of, this is a very small group of my Pisces, some of you guys could like be influencers or wanting to be influencers or have some type of audience of some sort. It just feels like you are wanting to show them that you arrived or that you got your shit together. And I just feel like I can understand the feeling. And this is a very small point. And I have like literally 2 or 3 more messages that I think some of them are interrelated and some of them are not. So stay tuned. But yeah, I just feel like for those of you that may be influencers or things like that, like don't try to sell a lie. Right? There is a level of fake it till you make it, but don't do it to your detriment. Like don't try to skip the process. Like the Knight of Wands is very hot and heavy. He's very fast and furious. He's very let's go, let's go, let's go. But sometimes you can skip the parts that actually would allow you to sustain the lifestyle that you really want. And so I feel like for some of those Pisces risings, like don't try to cut corners. Don't try to get money quick. Like actually do the work that you need to do and tap in and create a foundation for yourself so that the money that you do show off or the things that you do show off is an accurate representation of who you are and it's sustainable. You get what I'm saying? So that's a small number. Majority of you guys are just really trying to level up financially. You really want to just get up there. You're just trying to make more money. For some of my other Pisces risings, there's a relationship here that either is not working out. So you could be in a relationship with this King of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sag, or just a man who like, it's getting like there's a person in your relationship or a person you're relating to or connected to that sold you a dream. It's like they sold you a fantasy. They sold you an ideal of a relationship. They sold you this like image. But the reality of the relationship isn't quite there. It isn't quite what this person promised. It was like they were so passionate about it. They were so intense about it, but it was like not sustainable. It's like they weren't able to sustain that energy. And it's just left you feeling like this is not working. And it's so funny because, I mean, it's not funny, but we have the Justice and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like, the truth is this person isn't really investing in this connection the way that they need to. It's like who was I talking to? Maybe it was Libra or Virgo. Anyway, it's like this energy of all talk but no like substance. It's like this King of Wands is not coming through. They're not following through on their promises. They're not keeping their word. And it just feels like the truth comes out that this person just doesn't have the capacity to invest in this connection the way they need to, or they simply don't want to, or they over promise and under deliver. It's like that kind of energy. And it just feels like the advice to you, if you know exactly who this is to move on. Like, I'm just gonna keep it plain and simple. To move on, you have another beginning elsewhere with someone else. It just feels like this King of Wands in reverse. Like, it's some of them could be a bit manipulative. I don't feel like that's the main point. I think the main point is this person speaks and promises and over delivers. And under delivers. They don't follow through. Like, their follow through game is trash, and you're just really beginning to realize either this person isn't honest about their capacity, like what they can actually give, and you begin to just kind of realize, like, oh, I need to move on from this. I can move on, and honestly move on kind of quick, because you do have a new beginning, but it's not with this person is what I feel like, honestly. So like, take it if it resonates. You know what I'm saying? Take it as it resonates. For some of my Pisces, you are really focusing on your emotional health. You're really trying to heal, because it feels like you haven't been healing. And something recently, it could be related to these past situations, or it could be something else. It just feels like some of my Pisces risings, you are now trying to heal. Something happened in your life. Some things are happening. Energies are shifting, and you are refocusing and readjusting. It feels like you've lost something recently, or something has ended recently for some of my Pisces risings, and you're needing to focus on healing and restoring hope. It's like some of you guys just like, damn, I thought that was the one. Like, fuck. I feel like that's the energy. Like, fuck, I really thought that was the one. Like, I really thought that he was it, or I really thought that she was it. I really thought that they were the person, and it's just like there wasn't. And so it feels like you could be navigating some disappointment. It feels like you could be navigating some hurt, but it does feel like you're shifting your energy to heal, because you've just realized, you've awakened to what's important in your life and the types of things that you want to build. And so it just feels like you're in the process of emotionally walking away from something, because you've realized that there's nothing there. It's dead. There's nothing to resurrect. There's nothing to focus on. There's nothing to rebuild. And you've made a judgment call to walk away. You've made the decision to walk away. And even though there is a sense of disappointment and, you know, dreams deferred make the heart grow sick, right? It's this idea of like, I really believed that this was the person. I really thought that they were my star. They were my one. And it's just like, it's been really hard having to walk away, but you've made this decision because you want someone that can build with you, someone that can partner with you. You want someone that can support you and really just be there for you in the ways that you need. And this just wasn't happening in whatever you were in. But I just feel like the encouragement is like, it's okay that this was disappointing. It's okay that this wasn't the person. I just feel like the universe wants to applaud you and encourage you in your decision, your judgment call to walk away from this and to focus on building the things that matter to you, and support system and community. Community seems to be a big thing right now for some of you guys. So let me know if that little story, you know, resonates. I feel like a lot of my Pisces are dealing with loss right now. Like, it feels like part of it is like, focus on your goals, focus on your dreams, focus on leveling up financially, focus on doing what you need to do to be inspired so that you can level up financially. But there's also this sense of navigating disappointment. It feels like a lot of my Pisces risings are navigating relational disappointment. There is one last group I feel like I need to kind of speak to, and it's a situation where you feel like there's no movement. Either this person has blocked you, or you've blocked them, or there's no communication between the two of you. Like none. Like none. And honestly, it feels like you don't know why. It feels like you don't know why this person either ghosted you or blocked you, or you blocked. No, that's not okay. So for the group that for the group that doesn't know why this person blocked you, why this person is not contacting you, it's because this person was very emotionally immature and they did not want commitment, and they did not know how to communicate that they did not want commitment, and they did not know how to communicate that they were just emotionally unprepared for the connection. They were emotionally unprepared for you. They were just very emotionally unprepared, and they just didn't know how to communicate that. They didn't know how to be mature in this area and just say how they really truly felt. For those of you that have blocked a person or you are not in communication with this person, it is because you realize that they were not going to commit to you and that they were emotionally unavailable. And it's like a part of you doesn't want this to be the case. Like a part of you wants to be back close to this person. A part of you wants to be back with them because it felt good. But it also feels like there's no movement, there's no growth here. There's no movement, there's no growth here. Pisces, I feel like a lot of you guys are just really having to navigate receiving a lot of clarity around the relationships in your life and navigating a lot of loss and having to restructure areas of your life to make space to release a lot of the things that have been happening. And it just feels like a re-emphasis on self and focusing on the self. Again, you could be changing your appearance in the month of September. You could be liberating yourself from certain habits and situations and people in the month of September. You could be reaching out and building out your community, building out partnerships, working on partnerships. Like it just feels like a romance right now for a lot of my Pisces risings is healing. Like not necessarily trying to establish a new connection, but healing from the past and getting your finances in order and really just kind of navigating the shifts and the changes that are happening in your life. Because the truth is, this is eclipse season. And people always like to describe eclipses as like at the point in a play where the curtains come down and the set changes. And then the curtains go up and now you're in a new set. Some of the characters are the same, some of them are different. You're relating to everyone differently. That's kind of like what eclipse season does. And eclipse season starts this month. And Pisces, that is happening in your first house. So just expect changes and be open to those changes. You are a mutable water sign, so there is changing energy there. There is shifting energy present. So go with the flow, but also just have your boundaries. Know what you want. Know what you want to invest in yourself, your money, your finances, your community, your partnerships. I want to say brand partnerships, your partnerships, and really healing from disappointment, from disillusionment, and from these connections that weren't going anywhere. And don't shame yourself for not realizing it sooner. I know Pisces can really struggle for staying in things for so long and not realizing it quicker, but you got this, Pisces. I love you. Let me know if this helped. See you soon.